Now you know y'all in the background making all that damn noise.
Oh my goodness.
All right, all right, all right. We about to go on in a few seconds. Man, what a night. What a night. What a night it's gonna be. We got to play these Los Angeles Lakers. The hosts. We got the hosts of the Baddest Sports Show podcast in the house. What you think about tonight, son? About these Pelicans tonight playing the Los Angeles Lakers who've been reeling lately. They
It's
had
a
a great
must
trade.
win. It's a must win. You have to go ahead and go into that All-Star break with a win. You don't want a bad taste in your mouth going into the All-Star break, man. I'm there. And look, you're not gonna get it easy. The Los Angeles Lakers need a win as well. The Lakers season is really in travesty right now. So they really looking for a win right now. So the Pelicans can't let up, man. They gotta win this game tonight.
I was sitting here. Your daddy is out here in Creek, Nebraska. I'm right here by Lincoln, Nebraska, and we're doing the show live. I'm in the truck, and you're at home, and I'm sitting here thinking about Pelican fans. Pelican fans are very, very. It's all. It's going to be very hard to build. Well, to build a winner like the Saints, people don't really understand that the Saints was not always winners, and some of these new young people came in when they were winning. When you watch this Pelicans team, I really believe, son, that they are ahead of the Saints. Because when you think about how old they are, you think about when they came to the city,
No,
we
heck
we
yeah.
we actually have a lot more success with the Pelicans.
If you want to compare franchises, I mean, the Pelicans are literally on schedule right now. I mean, they're kind of, you know who they remind me of in the NFL? They remind me of the Carolina Panthers. The Carolina
Right,
Panthers
right.
are a new franchise, and they had a lot of success, early and
Even
everything.
going to the Super Bowl, son.
Yeah, so I mean, the Pelicans have done a lot of good things to say that they haven't been a franchise for a long time. And you got to think about it, the Saints are old. The Saints been around for a long time, and they
Since
didn't have a lot of
1967.
success. Yeah, they didn't have a lot of success that the Pelicans are having around the time, that they're having it. So the Pelicans are on schedule, man. I really feel like the Pelicans, what's wrong with, people in New Orleans is like there's so much pressure, they just want to see, this
Right
team
away, right
win.
away. They want to
Yeah,
win right away.
they
Which we
just want to
understand.
win. Well, it's understandable, that I know. Of course, I feel that way too. I mean, heck yeah, I want the Pelicans to win as soon as possible and everything. And look, this season is by no means over. This team
It is.
is
What
literally
is
right
seven
where they
seed?
need.
Seven seed right now.
Yeah, they're right where they want to be right now. I mean,
They
you
can actually
right.
be four.
Yeah, I mean, you could, work your way up to the fourth, third seed, or fifth seed. I'll take that going into the playoffs. So I mean, a lot of these fans were panicking just because I mean we started out really fire. We had the number one seed in the beginning of the season, and we were struck by injuries, but I mean we handled the injuries really good. I mean, if you really think about it, like we could have been like the San Antonio Spurs or somebody and been towards the bottom of the Western Conference, or the Lakers right now, who are trying to work their back into the playoffs right now. So things could have been a lot worse for us. With Zion being out and Brandon Ingram being out, and
Well,
even CJ.
Shannon, you brought that up, so I'm going to bring it up. Shannon Sharp talked about that. He really, Shannon Sharp is a guy who's been trying to paint Zion is a guy because of his size, his weight. That he's, when he's playing, he's one of the most dominant forwards in the NBA. But unfortunately, with these minor injuries, that's going to keep him back in his career. One thing for the first time in life, I probably agreed with Skip Bayless is the fact is that this is a hamstring injury. This is not a knee or a major ankle that needs surgery.
Well,
This
yeah,
is
I mean,
so you ran track, son. if anybody's qualified to talk about a hammy, I mean, goddamn, I got my son on right online. I mean, let's talk about the hammy.
Well, we gotta think about this, man. Like everybody panicking about Zion, and they act like this is him when, like last year when he broke his foot. Okay, if this was like last year when he broke his foot, I can understand that. Everybody can go ahead and get on Zion head and do what y'all do. But this is a hamstring injury. All right, first of all, with a hamstring injury, and like you said, I have experience with this. I battled with hamstring injuries all my life, even in football, and I not just in track. That's an injury that you cannot rush back at all. Because if you try to go ahead and play with it and you're not 100%, it's just going to linger on and keep on lingering on, and you're not going to be
Wow.
100%. So for Zion, you want Zion to be 100% healthy, like he was in the beginning of the season. He was going off at 100% in the beginning of the season. You want to see that Zion. You don't want to see 50% Zion out there where he's in there in spurts. And we saw that Zion in 2020 when COVID was going around and they didn't have no fans out there, and fans didn't like seeing him out there in spurts. They wanted more and more of Zion. So fans need to go sit down somewhere, man. Like and Shannon should be ashamed of himself, because I'm sure he didn't dealt with something like that before in his career, man. Like I don't understand why he would go ahead and sit there and get on that man like that. I understand everybody's excited and they want to see Zion play and stuff like that. But look, he's got a hamstring. Let him go ahead and nurse it so he can get 100%, so you can see him flying around dunking and do what he do best, man. Like
Son, do you agree that they're painting the national media is just painting a narrative about this young man that's very unfair at a very early age when we look at.
Yes, it's very unfair. I mean, I've seen dudes on Twitter and on Facebook, because we have our little group chat going on in Facebook. The Bad Sports podcast on the Facebook page. But I'm seeing these dudes talking about how Zion is Greg Oden. Like, really? Are y'all
What?
serious right now?
Oh my God, Greg Oden,
Come on,
Greg,
now, like.
Greg Oden didn't have half of the day career that Zion had.
Exactly. Like
Oh,
y'all talking
how
crazy.
dare you? How dare you bring up Greg Oden?
Like,
Oh my God.
it baffles me the way they talk about Zion. But when Zion was like in the beginning of the season when he was healthy, Zion was one of the best players in the league. You couldn't get people to stop talking about how great Zion was. But soon as when injuries happen, that's when they turn on you, and it shouldn't be like that. Mookie, I like this comment that you said. Embiid show did. He people forget about that. Joel Embiid battled injuries when he was early in his career. The first couple of seasons, people thought he was a bust because he couldn't stay out on the court. Now look at him. He's an MVP conversation, in the MVP conversation every single year. One of the best centers in the league. I mean, come on now, like y'all got to stop doing that, man. Zion is still just young. Okay, he's 22 years old. All right, like, stop acting like he been in the league for like I like Anthony Davis. Now, if we comparing him, let's compare it to Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis has been in the league for a good while now. He's a veteran in this league now. I mean, Anthony Davis has no excuses to be missing the games he's been missing in his career now.
I think
Come
Anthony
on now.
Davis' situation is worse.
Yes.
Him being at his age right now, and Anthony Davis got. I think you getting the best out you can be at. I don't see when you look at Anthony Davis, his ceiling is. I don't see him getting no higher his ceiling than what he's at right now. Matter of fact, they have speculations that he's unhappy with the Lakers. If y'all
I'm gonna
watched
be
when
honest about
LeBron,
him.
you saw it some when LeBron had a ceremony when he
Yeah.
did not participate, and he came up with the bogus lie about, he just didn't like the fact that we lost the game. That's bullshit.
Yeah,
That's bullshit.
that's very cliche of Anthony Davis to sit there and say, "Oh, it was because we were losing." Look, man, Anthony Davis is ready to get out of LA. I've been saying that since after they won the championship. Okay, Anthony Davis,
Well, he made a mistake. He made a horrible mistake,
yes, he's
and I think
feeling he's feeling the pressure out there in LA. He's feeling that pressure. You know, LA fans do not take losers well. They do not. They expect to win every single year in LA. And guess what? Look, Anthony Davis has been doing the same things that he's always done as a Pelican. Been injury prone. We told Lakers fans this. We always told Lakers fans that Anthony Davis is injury prone, but no, nobody don't want to listen to New Orleans. No, it was all New Orleans' fault. We didn't put enough talent around Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis was all on his own. He was just carrying us. So look, it's finally come. The truth is starting to come through and seep through now. People are starting to see the real truth about Anthony Davis.
Yeah, Anthony Davis. I think he realized he got that championship within aspirin that I call it with Katrina. I mean, with COVID. Lord, forgive me. With COVID, what people don't understand with COVID, they didn't have no people in the stands.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, you don't have no people in the stand. It's like playing at the YMCA where you're just playing pickup basketball. I mean, really? And people just sat up there and they just assume. I know you're a Laker fan, but I mean, at the end of the day, you didn't have the Boston Celtics fans. You didn't have that crowd. It's
Yeah,
something about having fans.
that's you know what, the 2020 NBA playoffs and the finals, that whole season taught me something about the fans in general. That they matter. In sports,
You
fans
can see that with the
matter.
Pelicans.
Like that same thing in football. That season wasn't even a good season to watch.
The Tom Brady year.
Yes, I mean Tom
Imagine
Brady.
having a Superdome crowd with Tom
Yes.
Brady in the playoffs.
Exactly, man. Fans matter, man. That's a part of the game. You can't have, NBA without their fans, man. You can't have the NFL without their fans, man. That's a home court advantage, man. That's a disadvantage to the away team, So, I mean, look, congrats. Congrats to the Lakers, but the Lakers are suffering. They are suffering for what they had to go through.
Excuse me, I say bullshit. Bullshit. But I ain't giving them no damn credit. At the end of the day, like I said, I'm liking what we picked up, EJ, with the young man.
Man, I'm glad you brought that up. Josh Richardson, man. Josh Richardson. That was a very good trade by Mr. Mr. David
David
Griffin, man.
Griffin.
I like that. I really like that. And look, if people want to, I know a lot of Pelicans fans was mad. I ain't gonna lie. Me initially, I was too, because there was a lot of hype going around. The trade deadline. I'm thinking we're about to pull a big move. But this move told me something about the Pelicans roster. Okay, and going forward in the future. Okay, David Griffin is not just looking at now. He's looking at the future. Okay, so he's looking at this team right now and he's saying, okay, this team is good enough to go far in the playoffs. Okay, this team can be a championship basketball team. How can we sustain success with this basketball team? So he made a great move for the future, which is get rid of Devontae Graham. Okay, Devontae Graham, let me say this about Devontae Graham. Devontae Graham, hey, we appreciate your time in New Orleans. We're not gonna go ahead and sit there and talk trash about you about like Anthony Davis or something like that. You was always a professional. You did what you had to do. I even seen spurts where you improved your defense. You was never a defensive player. You was always just a shooter. It just wasn't a fit, man. We paid you too much money to come here, and your role was too limited in this roster. So it was great for us to take his contract off our roster so we can make
consistency, son. Consistency. It was similar to one of the big men that we got from Houston years ago. I can't think of the white boy name, but he was he was just carrying a load of that salary. It was you're not living up to the salary.
Omer Ashik. Yeah, I see what you're talking about. Yeah.
And I think with Pelicans, the Pelicans fans was looking at, hey, you're not bringing, he has, if it ain't for these heroic threes, half-court shots, what has he actually given to the Pelicans defensively on the defensive side of the ball? Richardson, is giving us is his name Richardson?
Yes, Josh. Yeah,
Yeah,
Josh.
Josh Richardson is giving us. I mean, 5 steals, son, in his first game. 5 steals. The young man had 10 points coming
Well,
off the bench.
people don't know about this kid because he played for the Spurs, and the Spurs haven't been good, lately. But if you watch Spurs basketball, the kid is young, the kid can play defense, and the kid can shoot. Okay, Josh Richardson was a really good pickup. He does all the things that Devontae Graham cannot do. Okay, Devontae Graham can only shoot. Okay, Josh Richardson can play defense for you. Okay, you saw that in the first game. In his first game as a Pelican against OKC, he was locking up Shea Gilgeous Alexander out there. He did a really great job out there against those guys, man. That's helps out. That takes the load off of Herb Jones. Okay, so you won't have to sit there and they're going to have Herb Jones tired every minute, and you got another guy that can do the same things that Herb Jones can. Not as good as Herb Jones. I'm not saying that, but he can do those same things as well, though. I was pretty excited to what I saw from Josh Richardson in his first game out there, man. If we can get him some more minutes, which I've been seeing too, Kyra's been getting more minutes out there.
Oh, I'm liking them pushing Kyra out there. Kyra is one of the fastest point guards in the NBA. He just haven't gotten that chance. And I think that a lot of fans have not really seen the best of Kyra Lewis. Kyra Lewis can actually open up a lot. He's a true point guard. McCollum is not truly a point guard. McCollum is a true shooting guard. So,
Yeah.
we want to see some of these guys. We drafted Kyra Lewis to be a #1 player. I'm going to read this comment. Christopher said, "What's up with you guys?" He said, "What you think about Zion Williamson?" We brought up that comment early. Zion Williamson is a guy that's a hammy. Okay, it's not a torn ligament. It's not a torn knee. It's Shannon
Yeah.
Sharp is trying to be right. That's what he's trying to do, and he's trying to bring some little negativity to Zion Williamson. That I'm not worried about. We can have I would keep his ass sitting down. Let Ingram led this team to the playoffs by himself.
Yes.
If we can let Zion sit down and make a run in the playoffs, I could care less of him fulfilling
And
those.
that's what fans are thinking about. Okay, you would much rather have Zion Williamson in these doggone playoffs than now. Okay, hold on to him. Make sure that he's fully healthy for those playoffs, man. So we can go ahead and get and put on the show in those playoffs, man. Like I said, Chris, to answer your question, he's gonna be fine. He's week to week. From what I heard, and I'm getting this from my sources on Twitter. Look, I look for him maybe not the first week after All-Star break, but that surely the second week after All-Star break, we will see Zion Williamson back, and he will be back better than ever. You're going to see the same guy that you saw going off in the first half of the season, man. Ain't no panic around here. Look, yeah, he's not no Anthony Davis. I promise y'all
No, he's
that.
not Anthony
Okay,
Davis. He's not.
look, he just had a series of misfortunate happenings happen to him. Okay, let's just calm down, Pelicans fans. This is not Anthony Davis all over again.
And we had some other comments. We're gonna throw this in. We're moving a little bit fast because, of course, we do know the game will be coming on in the next hour. So we're gonna bring up somebody. I think it was we're gonna bring up the car situation just quickly about the. We're not gonna stay on the face because this is
Yeah,
Pelican night.
I see a couple of comments in here
Yeah, but we
about
gotta address this. Okay, one of the things is that who y'all think we're going to who's going to be the Saints quarterback? Okay, I have followed multiple sources. A lot of people have some of these podcasters who really think that they know it all. This guy Matt, I can't think of his last name, but this guy, some of these people who really just think that they're the experts of the New Orleans Saints, they seem to be against Derek Carr. Bobby freaking Abear. For God's sakes, Bobby, you were never better than Derek
why
Carr.
do we as Saints fans
Bobby,
still listen
you
to that
were
guy?
never better than Derek Carr. Okay, I watch you, Bobby. You played with the Dome Patrol. If you didn't have such a great defense, you would never made a playoff, Bobby. You were terrible. But as far as I'm concerned, I'm not going to overpay for Derek Carr, but he is the best option right now. If we look at who do you want, Saints fan? Do you want Baker Mayfield? Do you want Andy Dalton? Do you want Jameis Winston back? What do you want realistically when we're talking about this organization? Realistically, Jameis is not coming back. That's
Yeah,
real. That's just the facts.
that's real.
Okay,
That's real.
that's no
That's real.
argument. Now,
There's no argument on that. That's
man,
real.
when you look at these quarterbacks, you're not getting Aaron Rodgers. You're not getting no damn Lamar Jackson.
Lamar
So
Jackson.
many
Yeah, yeah.
fans. So be realistic with us, Saints fans. Who do you want as the quarterback of the New Orleans Saints? I'm looking for a bridge guy for 2 years, like a Derek Carr, maybe 2 to 3 years,
Well,
and develop
I
Henry.
said this before too, in a couple of lives before when we was talking about when Sean Payton was hired, for the Broncos, and we was doing that live. Look, guys, the perfect scenario here, if you're a Saints fan, is the Saints sign Derek Carr and you draft Hendon Hooker. Derek Carr is your bridge guy, your veteran quarterback, your Alex Smith, and Hendon Hooker is okay. Your Patrick Mahomes. You sit behind, Derek Carr for a couple of years, and that's your future quarterback. Look, guys, let me say this about Derek Carr, man. Look, Derek Carr is a smart mother sucker, man. I was happy for him. I was when they dropped the news, when Ian Rappaport dropped the news about him turning down the trade offer from the Saints. Initially, everyone wanted to panic. All the Saints fans wanted to panic and say, "Oh, he doesn't want to come to New Orleans. He doesn't want to be here. He didn't have a good meeting with New Orleans." Guys, y'all, I don't know where y'all getting y'all sources from, but he had a great meeting in New Orleans. He had an awesome
Because
time in
some
New
Saints
Orleans.
fans,
All
son,
right,
don't believe. Some Saints fans look at Derek Carr. They look at his record and they don't see he played for the Los Angeles, Las Vegas, Oakland, Las Vegas Raiders, and he has never had a top 10 defense. Y'all go look
right,
at the Raiders organization. The best defense he had was a top 25. He has not had that kind of defense. Okay, so him coming to New Orleans is a better situation. Look, it's an upgrade over anything that we have right now, and I want people to understand that. You don't have to agree with me, but what is your option?
Just
Tell
think about
me.
it. Just think about it though. Like Derek Carr, why would Derek Carr take that trade after the Raiders wanted to get rid of him? You want the Raiders to benefit off of him. That would mean the Saints would have to give up their third round pick. Now the Saints don't have to do that. The Saints just can go ahead and sign him. Now Derek is going to test the market, to see if somebody will give him more than what we're
That Carolina
offering.
Panthers, New York Jets. I mean,
He's
it's
gonna
possible.
see. He's gonna see. But I believe Mickey Loomis is gonna throw whatever he can to go ahead and bring Derek Carr to New Orleans because Mickey is not stupid.
A
Mickey knows
quarterback
what
is a driven lead. You need a quarterback,
he knows what the quarterback market is looking like out there. Okay,
and
we
there's
are
no.
not.
He has no choice.
We don't have a draft pick close enough to go get one of those top tier quarterbacks in the draft. We don't. There's no quarterback really out there besides Derek Carr. Okay,
Calvin, I don't care if he's a younger Andy Dalton. He's a better situation than what we got right now. You guys make no sense bringing up he's a Andy Dalton. Andy Dalton won 7 games just about 7 games for the New Orleans Saints. Andy Dalton. Andy Dalton had 18 touchdowns, nine interceptions for the Saints. Andy Dalton brought the Cincinnati Bengals to the playoffs. He didn't win a playoff game, but let's not act like that's a bad comparison because at the end of the day, Derek Carr is better than Andy Dalton. Derek Carr has never had a defense. Derek Carr, go look at his statistics. Andy Dalton never threw 28 touchdowns, 6 interceptions in a year. Andy Dalton never threw 33 touchdowns, 12 interceptions in 1 year. That is not Andy Dalton's stats, okay? So you're looking at this guy with multiple different coaches, had Al Davis' son as the owner, a dumpster juice organization. No, I would not believe in that comparison. That is a ridiculous comparison. And at the end of the day, okay, you don't want no Andy Dalton. Who do you want? Because I'm tired
exactly.
of arguing with Saints fans. Who do
Right.
you want?
That's my thing
Who's
about Saints
better?
fans. Who do you want as your quarterback in free
And I'm
agency?
not talking about no start no rookie, because you're not gonna start no rookie.
You're not. No, you're not. Look. Look. Jimmy Garoppolo. Do you want Jimmy Garoppolo? Do you want Baker Mayfield? I mean, these are not hot names on the market in free agency as far as quarterbacks. I mean,
We don't
come
even
on
know
now,
what
guys.
Jimmy's gonna be after that with that injury. That's
Right.
question marks right there.
Right. So I don't see where you guys are where y'all heads are at. I don't and a lot I seen a lot of y'all on Twitter talking about let's trade for Lamar Jackson. With what?
With what?
What are we gonna get away? What are we gonna trade him for? The Ravens want a haul for Lamar Jackson. You think they just gonna give him up for free? Come on
Saints
now.
fans are delusional. They don't understand the economics. They don't understand the salary cap. Saints fans are spoiled because of Sean Payton. We're gonna move away from the Saints. We're gonna go with Jason said about who do the Pelicans get on buyouts. I would, if I'm the Pelicans. What do you think about Westbrook? I think he can help the Pelicans. What about you, son?
Yeah, he could help the Pelicans, but it's not a fit. It's definitely not a fit. Westbrook needs a team that he can go ahead and operate his own offense. The problem was in LA, it wasn't the star of the team no more. It was LeBron and Anthony Davis. So Russ needs to go somewhere like which I really thought when he was with Washington, I thought Washington was a good place for him. There's reported interest with the Clippers with him. I heard the Heat as well also had interest in him. Those are places that I can see he can have success with. Pelicans, nah, I just can't see it because he would want the ball in his hands,
I like
and
Pat
we
Bev. I think Pat Bev, Jason brought up Pat Bev. That might be a better fit. Pat Bev,
now now
defensive
now
wise.
now Patrick Beverly, he would be a good defensive glue guy, a good veteran guy. But is he willing to play with this team? Is he willing to go ahead and play with these young guys? I don't know that. He was trying to go to LA to go ahead and be this guy that was going to go ahead and turn around a franchise and show everybody that he can tell LeBron to get ready, to do what he's supposed to do and stuff like that. I don't know. I don't know if that's what he's looking for. But I wouldn't say no to a Patrick Beverly at all.
We're gonna also talk about the state of the Pelicans. What I want to ask you, and Willie Green. Do you believe that Willie Green has lost a step, or is he's going through transition? Um, is it coaching, or is it just primarily injuries? Have he lost? Do you still see that? I mean, that vision in a Willie Green, as I have a lot of confidence in Willie. I just
Willie
want to
Green
know.
is fine, man. Willie Green is everything that we all expected from him and that we hyped him up to be this great coach. When he made his video last year in that play-in tournament game, you got to fight. That's him. That's him all the way. Look, he's battling adversity, man. I mean, you expecting this coach to win up without his two-star players, okay? Brandon Ingram was hurt for a long time. Zion came out at the worst possible time. So you expecting this man to win with just CJ McCollum. CJ McCollum is great. He's a great player, but he's not going to win without somebody, okay? CJ hasn't proven in his career that he's won alone, okay? He's always had Dame, okay? So look, I'm proud that Willie Green has kept his team together, that he's battled through this adversity, that he's actually called some people out. He's called this bench out. He's called them out and told them, hey, y'all want to be the so-called deepest team in the NBA? This is your time to prove it. Najee Marshall, step up. Jackson Hayes, step up. Guys like this, you asking for them to go ahead and get these big minutes, to go ahead and help out. Now that you have Brandon Ingram back in there, now the load is taken back off, and now you're back to where you was at the end of last year. Now I'm telling you, like I said, all these question marks about Willie Green and about how he's doing, they're gonna go away. I promise you. I think he's doing a hell of a job from what he's been dealt with all season long. He's kept his team together and kept them playing at a high level. When Zion comes back and all three of them are back together, and when Zion, CJ, and Brandon are all back together, they're gonna be a dangerous ass basketball team. Nobody wants to see this team in the playoffs. I'm telling you, nobody wants to see them
Uh,
together like that.
Mookie said, are we better than last year? Yes, we are definitely because of the experience,
Mookie,
uh,
the potential
the
is
potential.
way better than what we are. Well, what we were last year. If
Because
we
we
stay,
were able to go into. We didn't have that experience from that playoff
yes,
experience. We went toe to toe with the number one seed of Phoenix Suns. So
yes,
if that don't drive you, what does?
yes. Think about this. Think about this, guys. Look, if you want to think about last year compared to this year, the biggest thing is okay. We didn't have CJ all last year. Okay, we had him half a year, and when we got him, we didn't have Zion all last year. We got him and just, plugged him in when Brandon Ingram and made a run at the end of the season. Look at how we did with all three of them together. Before Brandon Ingram got hurt, I'm talking with CJ McCollum, Brandon, and Zion all together. Look at that. Look at how great we were. You
Well,
can't tell
EJ,
me that ain't no
numbers don't lie.
dangerous
You're right.
basketball team.
My numbers don't lie, son. They're 4-1 since Ingram has came back. The Pelicans are 23-11. I mean 23-13 with Zion Williamson. So if you that tells me something. If they get these guys healthy, I don't see nobody can stop this team.
Oh no. Oh no,
And I
man.
don't
That's
don't tell me about Phoenix getting KD because they lost a lot of defenders
Oh, I'm
by
glad
picking
you
up.
brought that up. I'm glad you brought that up, Dad. Look. Kevin Durant. I know a lot of you guys, y'all looked at Kevin Durant. Okay, and before I even get into him being on the Suns, a lot of y'all at the trade deadline was like, "Go get Kevin Durant. Go get him." You were not going to get Kevin Durant if you were not trading Brandon Ingram. You don't trade Brandon Ingram for this reason only. Brandon Ingram is younger than Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant is only going to be in this league for probably 5 more seasons at the max. Once he's gone, after that 5 year window of getting the championship, where are you going to be as a franchise? You have to think about that. Okay. I would take the younger Kevin Durant, which is Brandon Ingram, over the older Kevin Durant. Okay. Also, with Kevin Durant joining the Suns, yes, I'm not stupid enough to think, okay, the Suns aren't, a good looking team. Hey, they got Aiton, they got Chris Paul, they got Devin Booker, and now Kevin Durant. That's a good ass team. But look, they don't have a bench. Do you realize what the Suns have given up to get Kevin
Oh
Durant?
man, Cam,
Cam
oh my
Bridge, Cam Johnson and Mikal Bridges.
That's
That is
that's
that
big. That's
that
big.
is huge.
That is huge. That on the and see, fantasy basketball players. I mean, they're gonna sit there and talk about stars. They look at the stars, but when you lose that depleted that much of a bench,
Hey
it's gonna
man,
take.
your bench matters just as much as your stars do. Oh, and they prove to be they prove to matter that much when the playoffs come. And we saw that last year with our bench when we had just Brandon Ingram and CJ McCollum. You saw Jose Alvarado step up. You saw Larry Nance Jr. Stand up in the playoffs. You need your bench players in the playoffs. The Suns have to prove that they can have bench production. That's why they don't scare me out in the West. To me, they
No, they
just
don't. They don't because when I saw New Jersey play, when I call them New Jersey, when I saw Brooklyn Nets play with KD against Brandon Ingram, Ingram looked like he was just enjoying going at KD. I
yeah,
think he wants to show KD. Look, man. I'm the new KD, and
yes,
I really,
yes.
I really believe when just look at the games, man. Look how aggressive he played against KD in that game, bro. So I'm just looking at it like this. I think the Pelicans are health issues. that's keeping them from being a contender. If they are healthy, I don't see a team
Hey man, you
physically
like
physically
Jason
that
said,
can deal
I
with.
like this comment, Jason. Let this young team keep growing. The more they grow together and the more continuity they have, the more dangerous it's gonna be, and the more
All
and
right, we
more.
got breaking news, EJ. CJ McCollum is in tonight,
Oh, good, good,
and
good,
Larry
good,
Nance.
good. I'm and let me go back to this comment. Yeah, Chris. Look, we all. It's always whether you're a Saints fan or a Pelicans fan. It's always our luck to see a star player coming to play. They could be out all season, and that star player would say, you know what, I feel like playing against New Orleans. So I don't know what it is, but LeBron just loves playing the Pelicans. But you know what, we love handing him L's too.
He put up great numbers. He averaged like 35 points a game against the Pelicans, but he seemed to always come out on the losing end. I thought, like I said, this is a night where I can see the Pelicans winning this game. I really, what I'm looking at is if we can just, now that we got, I really believe we was going to lose this game if we didn't have McCullum. If McCullum didn't play, I just have a feeling, you can't have just Ingram scoring. Okay,
Right.
you got to have that other guy, and now that we got that
Calvin,
other
take this
guy,
comment down. Take this comment down right now, Calvin. Let me tell you something. Were you saying that last year when we traded for CJ and we made that
CJ
run
has
into the
turned the whole
playoffs?
culture around. What are you talking about, Calvin? Calvin, you're being a hater, Calvin.
Come
That is
on
no
now.
way in the world. I mean, this man has put up 30-something points in games. Calvin, have you been to the games this year?
And
My
and
son
let me
has
tell
been
you,
to the
let me
game.
tell you something about CJ McCollum. CJ McCollum is not complaining at all this year. CJ has missed Zion and Brandon Ingram. He hasn't had both of them on the court and still playing with that bench and still winning
Well,
games.
well, well, EJ, he got snubbed for the All-Star game. He had
Yeah,
All-Star numbers,
he had all-star numbers and could have played in the all-star game this year. He
but
could.
because he played with the West.
He also was recruited this year to play in the 3-point contest again, but he decided not to play in this year's 3-point contest because what you guys do not know, he's battling a thumb injury, which he's been playing through all season long, but it don't even look like he's been battling through this thumb injury because he's been playing so well. So come on, guys, come on now,
A
come
healthy
on, Calvin.
Mookie, a healthy Pelicans team can beat Denver or Memphis. A healthy Pelicans team could beat Memphis or because you got to understand that when
Mookie,
we played,
Mookie,
Denver had trouble when we played them.
Mookie, look, when we were healthy, look at the game. Go back to those games when we were healthy this year, and we played the Phoenix Suns, and we played Denver, and we played Memphis. Look at all three of those
We
games
were
and
winning them.
you tell me that we can't handle them boys. We beat all three of them in convincing fashion, all three of them. So I think we can handle
The
them
only one
and
giving
win
us trouble
healthy.
is Memphis because of Morant. That's the only one I can see giving us a little trouble is
I
Morant.
think we can handle all three of them in a 7-game series. When healthy. When healthy.
Yeah, that's a great stat. LeBron is 29-16 versus the Pelicans, so he normally beats us. So we need to beat him tonight. That is a definitely for whatever reason. But that
Let
was
me
before we got Zion Williamson and we started to get a lot of these young players. Started that was before Willie Green. Well, doing Willie Green, that record is not the same. Okay, Willie Green has a winning record against LeBron James. Okay, so head to head, Willie Green is actually beating LeBron James.
let me say this about the Lakers.
That was under with the
The,
coach we had last year, EJ. Stand
oh,
up
you
Van
talking about with
Gundy.
Stan Van Gundy?
Yeah, shit. Anybody was beating him.
Look, the thing. Let me say this about the Lakers, man. The Lakers are totally different. Like a totally different basketball team right now. I don't. I really feel like they really thought, trading for all these players, at the deadline was going to change their basketball team drastically. They're still going to go through growing pains. But for us tonight, it's. I know we beaten them, the Lakers, already before, but we're going to have to really make sure that we watch out for a lot of these guys. They have the D'Angelo Russell now. They have two good Utah players, that they picked up, over there. They found some good players over there on that Laker
But they gotta,
roster
they
now.
gotta, they gotta, they gotta play together, and it's gonna take a minute. I see them making a run. I'm gonna be very objective. I don't like the Lakers, but I'm gonna be very objective. These moves were the best thing that happened to the Lakers. Moving Westbrook, these were great trades. Okay, but it's all gonna be nothing for nothing if Anthony Davis is not healthy, because LeBron is approaching almost 40, and he's not going to be able to carry a team within a half of the season or going into a playoff. I just don't see
No, he
LeBron
needs help. He
that
needs
he
help,
needs help.
and him making all the Lakers making all them trades proves that, that he needs help. But I do want to shout out to LeBron. Hey man, I know we didn't get a chance to say this for you, but
Boo,
congratulations. Congratulations on breaking
boo,
the record. The scoring record
boo,
that is hard. That is
boo.
hard.
He's still
Um,
not the GOAT. He's still
I,
not the GOAT.
oh, he's still not the go. Look,
Uh,
Michael Jordan is my
but
goat.
you know what? I'm just playing. Congratulations, LeBron James. You are awesome, man. You are one
Yeah,
of the
that's
top. You are one of the top 5 greatest players now in the
yeah.
NBA.
Yeah,
Okay,
that
but
was an
you're
amazing feat.
not my goat. You're not my goat, because everybody know, like Mike. I try to be like Mike.
Oh man,
And you
look,
got see he had the longevity award. EJ, you got to understand that LeBron came out of high school, so he was able to beat Kareem's
I
stats.
mean, you got to give
He
respect,
had no high
LeBron.
school.
You got to give respect to LeBron just for the fact for him playing this long. I mean, look, people talk about Tom Brady for playing that long that he did, but he was just throwing the football. LeBron is running up and
He's
down the
running that
doggone
court.
court, with these young cats and still dribbling the basketball and shooting. I mean, that's amazing. That's some real stuff to be talking about right there. So, kudos to LeBron on that, man. I like I said, that's some legendary stuff he had got going on, and to pass Kareem like that, that's awesome, man. That was awesome to witness. I can say I didn't seen something like that in my lifetime. So that was supposed to be a record that was never supposed to be ever broken. You know.
So, Pelican fans, we're getting very close to the game. Of course, I'm a truck driver, so I ain't long winded as I used to be. But we got a lot of episodes to go to. EJ, what is the next schedule? We're gonna be looking for you guys to. We got the Toronto Raptors, EJ.
Yeah, the Toronto Raptors next Tuesday or Wednesday. I got to look back at my date, but it's either Tuesday or Wednesday of next week. We'll be playing the Toronto Raptors, and I expect to see all you cats back in this live, man. I appreciate y'all for
And we
coming in,
appreciate y'all, man.
man.
17
Yeah, the
strong.
numbers the
We
numbers have come in
appreciate.
live. They coming in a lot today. I see
And
y'all.
we appreciate y'all, New Orleans Pelican fans, Flock Nation, man. There's not a fan base like New Orleans people. When you're winning, look, we always say you build it, they come. And let me tell you something, Pelican fans, Saints fans, especially Saints fans, y'all got to realize, okay, we've been through it all. I'm older than my son. I've been through the bad years. I come up watching Bum Phillips. I watched Jamora. I went up there and watched Mike Dick and sorry ass. I watched many bad football. The Saints, let's just stick in, man, and trust the process. We all don't like Dennis Allen, but we love the New Orleans Saints.
Yeah,
So
man.
trust the process.
Trust the process, man. Look, next season, all we know is next season it's gonna be a different
And I'm
different
gonna be
look.
rooting. I don't give a damn. But you don't know what might happen next year.
But the
The
thing is,
Saints might
though,
win that division.
you should be really happy about the things that Dennis Allen is doing because now he has no excuses. Quite honestly, he's bringing everybody in that he wants in there. So if he
And
fails
why
next
would they
year,
want that? Why would anybody would not want him to get the guys that he wants?
right? Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, look, this team gonna be different, man. Loggone. It's not look, we already knew that when Drew Brees left. Now that Sean Payton is officially gone, it's really gonna be different now. So y'all gotta start, putting away y'all past, and y'all gonna start getting with the program, man. Things are gonna start
And
changing for
Sean,
the
and
better.
look, let's not be so easy on Sean Payton. Sean Payton quit on the New Orleans Saints organization. They just had breaking news that Rex Ryan may be the defensive coordinator for Sean Payton in the Denver Broncos. I can care less what's going on with Sean Payton. Sean Payton left a great situation in New Orleans. We all love Sean Payton, but at the end of the day, Sean, you should have had 4 Super Bowls, 5 Super Bowls as a coach of the Saints. You wasted Drew Brees' talent. You waited too long to go get a great defensive coordinator. And to be honest with you, I think you fired Steve Spagnuolo a little bit too fast. Steve
Yeah.
Spagnuolo, since he left you, he has had 2 championships since he left you.
Give me
He
your
has
give me your thoughts,
he has
Dad,
a total
on
of three
on
championships now.
give me your thoughts, Dad, on Patrick Mahomes after watching that Super Bowl. How do you feel about Patrick Mahomes? A lot of people are comparing him now. He's gonna be the next Tom Brady in a lot of people's eyes.
I don't know. I don't know. I see one thing about Tom. Tom had, as far as longevity, he's like LeBron. He took care of his body, and I just don't see when I watched Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes was limping all over the field. He's always getting hurt. I just think what's going to get in the way of Patrick Mahomes, it's going to be health, son.
Yeah.
That's just my honest opinion. He's the sky's his limit. The guy is a very talented young quarterback. But let me tell you something about them guys back in the longevity. They took care of their bodies. The Drew Breeses, they took care of their bodies. That's the reason why they set all these records. So
Yeah.
it remains to be seen if Patrick can be able to last without being injured.
Well, I heard too that Andy Reid is thinking about retiring, so that's gonna be something huge in Kansas City as far as their dynasty goes. Because now, look, I congratulations to them on their Super Bowl, but I don't know about a dynasty, man. Look, they they're a good football team, and Patrick Mahomes is really good, but I,
We
I
were
don't
just
know
talking
about
about
all that.
Cam Johnson, and Cam Johnson just hit the game winner for the Brooklyn Nets. He just hit the game
Man,
winner for the
see that
Brooklyn.
that what I'm talking about, man. Look, y'all better start listening to us, man. Doggone, the Suns let go of some good players, man. They let go of some good players. These ain't no
Wow,
scrubs that they just giving up,
wow, That's all I can say. That's all I can say. You know what I'm saying? And I just want people to understand, as Saints fans, we one thing about Saints fans, we passionate people. And I give a lot of y'all grief. I talk a lot of shit, but I know y'all the best fans on the planet of the earth. There's no better fan than New Orleans.
Yeah.
And
They
all we just need
they
is a
just
winner.
being
All
emotional.
New
That's
Orleans
all
just
it
needs
is.
is a
They just
winner.
being emotional. That's all it is,
We're just
man. Doggone.
emotional. We want the team to win.
Yeah. Yeah.
Flock Nation, who that nation? Y'all hit that like button. Flock Nation, who that nation? Hit that like button. This is the home of the New Orleans Pelicans and the New Orleans Saints diehards. Oh, you heard me? We ain't some of them. Yeah, we ain't famous. Yeah, there ain't nobody know nothing about us. We had a, yeah, we
Oh,
got a
they
little
will
following.
though.
We
They
just
will
starting to
though.
build
Now,
us
and
up.
they starting to figure this out now. I'm like I said, these numbers are
We're
starting to
growing.
climb
We're
now.
growing.
We growing now. Look, hey, this is the first time I've seen in the Pelicans in the Pelicans live. It didn't got this high, man. I'm so
When
happy
we
to
talk
see
to
that.
Saints, man, when we talk to Saints, we get a lot of people in the Saints because we got a passionate fan base with the Saints. And now we're gonna start. We're gonna get these Pelicans out there, man. We're gonna show so much support for the New Orleans Pelicans. We won New Orleans. We are one. Don't y'all see our avatars? We got the Saints and we have the Pelicans. But we talk Saints football and we talk Pelicans football here. Okay?
Yeah.
We don't. So and shout out to Christopher. Shout out to Drunk. Some of our very first followers
Oh
who
yeah,
came in.
man.
Shout out to Henry.
Hey,
So
it's great to see y'all guys. Y'all
Calvin,
always
Mookie,
faithful, man. Every time we get on this thing,
Jason.
y'all must. Hey, they turn on the notifications, man. That's how I know they turn on the notifications because they come ready. As soon as we get up in here on these lives, they be the first ones to pop in, man. Doggone, that's dedication, and I love that, man. I appreciate y'all for coming in, man.
And shout out to y'all favorite podcasters, TJ Jones and Big Q and all these other brothers out there, and Matt, the other brother Matt and all them, after further review. But look, this is the fan base. They got enough room to support all of us. There's
Yeah,
enough room on social media to support all Saints and Pelicans.
content, man.
Yeah, content. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
We all one New Orleans.
we all gotta stop fighting each other on that and to come together on that, man. All going, I see too much competition on here, man. That's the one thing I don't like about our New Orleans sports. You know, we too much against each other, man. We got to come together as one, as a fan base, man, and start coming together, man, and start, collabing with one another, man. Doggone that'll be some good stuff, Start supporting
And
one another
remember,
on stuff.
EJ, tell them. Remember, we let the fans come here. We open up the panels. Whatever y'all
Hey,
feeling, if you want to come
they
on,
our voice. That they our
you
voice,
are the
man.
voice of the Baddest Sports Show. So you will always be welcome. We will not shut you down. We will not tell you. It's not about our ego. We will set aside to let you come up
Hey,
on the panel.
one thing y'all gonna know about us, we love talking sports, man. Doggone. So if you got anything to say about anybody, feel welcome to go ahead and come on this chat and come talk with us, man. Like I said, and like Dad said, we ain't shutting nobody down. And no opinion is a stupid opinion, man. Look, we may disagree, but it ain't no stupid opinion, man. We value y'all opinions on here, man, and we like to discuss some good sports, man. So hey, like I said, y'all don't ever feel afraid. Doggone, click them links, join the chat, and come talk with us.
Yeah, because you always welcome here on the Baddest Sports Show podcast. Remember that we are on Facebook. Follow us on Facebook. Also follow us on Twitter. Okay, so we've been doing this for a minute. Like I said, shout out to John DeSazier and some of the great people that follow us right there on Twitter. Some of the great, David Grubb. Shout out to that brother. Shout out to all these great content creators who support the Baddest Sports Show podcast.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Because I'm gonna tell you, we are one Who Dat Nation, and we are one Flock Nation. Okay,
Yes,
but
sir.
remember, the Baddest Sports Talk, the Baddest Sports Show podcast is not like no other. We are uncut, so we do cuss over here. Oh yeah, we
Hey
are
man,
uncut.
have fun on here, man.
We have a lot of fun, and
We have
especially on game day.
oh yeah, oh yeah, most
You want to come
definitely.
to a podcast and just be, have a couple of drinks with us, and y'all just have y'all own mind and y'all come on over, come on game day, because that's what we do every game day. We talk New Orleans Saints, New Orleans Pelicans.
Yes, sir, man. Like y'all enjoy this game coming up at 9, man. Like I said, man, this is gonna be an important game. This is a game that's right before the All-Star break. You want to go into the All-Star break with a win. You don't want to have a sour taste in your mouth. Like I said, Zion Williamson will be back very soon. So, like I said, y'all don't be panicking out there, Pelicans fans. We are going to be fine. As far as the
Oh,
New
and
Orleans
EJ, you
Saints,
didn't tell them. We're gonna be giving out Baddest Sports Show, the Baddest Sports Talk T-shirts. We will be doing a lot of our, we're gonna be doing a lot of things that y'all in the future that you guys gonna like. We're gonna be doing like the hoodies, the Baddest Sports Show talk show hoodies. So there's gonna be we're gonna be doing a
yeah,
lot of
man,
things
we
in
we
the
gonna
future.
do some merchandise, man. We gonna go ahead and really go ahead and start promoting the page, man. Get y'all involved, man. For real. Like I said, we do this for y'all, man. Like I take time out of my day to not only go ahead and do this for myself, but for y'all. I love to talk sports, so I like talking with y'all.
Well, that's your job, son. And I
Hey man,
remember the.
Chris, I'm glad you brought that up too, man. Doggone, it's almost USFL season, man. The New Orleans Breakers, man.
And
Hey,
I enjoyed it last year. I
I
enjoyed
did too.
watching.
I really think that the USFL is gonna be something that we really need to start talking about more too.
Oh yeah, we're gonna talk about them too.
Yeah,
Because guess
them.
what? These guys could come to the Saints. Some of these guys that we watch up in the USFL can become a Saint. So there's a lot of things we could talk about with these teams in the USFL. We talk sports over here.
Oh
If you
yeah.
want to talk about
I
Tulane,
also saw
we
too.
talk Tulane.
They starting to. I guess. Look,
We
we.
talk LSU.
If y'all just want to talk about the XFL, because I look, we don't have a team in there quite yet. But if y'all just want to talk about it, because I'm kind of interested to see, what they looking like over there with the Rock's new league and everything. And also too, I don't know if y'all heard, but arena football is coming back, man. I think the New Orleans Voodoo might be coming back, man.
Oh my
Yeah,
goodness, the voodoo.
the Voodoo might be coming
Boy,
back,
you was
man.
a baby when the voodoo was playing.
Hey man, doggone. So that's gonna be some excitement, man. I used to love watching that too. So I'm telling y'all, man, we ain't
I
just in the NFL and the
I
NBA,
want
man.
Edie, we gotta follow the Tulane Greenway basketball team. They knocked off the Memphis. They knocked off the Memphis Tigers. Then the next week they knocked off the Cincinnati Bearcats. Unfortunately, LSU is not playing well this year in college basketball, but their
Oh yeah,
women's basketball team is awesome. They lost
they
their
on
very
fire.
first game against a dominant South Carolina Gamecock basketball team with Dawn Staley out there. That was just you just can't. That's just at home you're not beating Dawn Staley and the Gamecocks. Now maybe we'd have had a chance if we were at home. Great job by the head coach of LSU. We're gonna be talking a lot of things. We're gonna talk about even high school football. We're gonna bring a lot to the baddest sports talk that we have not, that a lot of people don't know. And you guys give us anything that you want to hear. We're gonna talk more about. We're gonna
Oh
do
yeah.
polls, a lot of polls about what you want to talk about.
Hey Chris, oh man, this man got me rolling, man. Look, hey, they I ain't gonna lie to you, it was better to watch on the TV because the fans they never support. That's why the league went bankrupt. Because they never supported them suckers. So I know what you're talking about. But man, to watch it on TV, yeah, I like to
Man,
watch
that
it.
was exciting. I
It
don't
was
care what he
it
said.
was exciting because it was a smaller field, and they had it was harder for you to really make moves on that sucker. So it was harder hits and everything on that. So yeah, man. That look, like I said, and I'm glad you brought that up too. That the women's basketball, LSU, them girls, they doing really great this year. They lost, yeah, to the number one team in the country, but hey, that's okay. Doggone them suckers over there. They can still.
Oh
This
man,
season is not over.
Jason just brought up about Chris Jackson, Mahmoud Rauf. Man, that's a sad story. I am gonna put the video, the documentary right here on the Batter Sports Show podcast, and we will talk about it because that Mahmoud Rauf was before Colin Kaepernick. He was banded for standing against the flag,
Yeah.
and he talent wise, even Shaquille O'Neal said that he was the greatest player that he ever saw. So we really got to understand what has happened to America since then. But EJ, we getting close to the game, son.
Yeah, man, we are, let me see, 8 minutes away from the game time, man. Like I said, y'all go ahead and get ready, man, and go watch these Pels get a dub tonight, man. Support these boys, man, tonight. Look, Brandon B.I. Kingram out here in these streets, man, scoring 30 points per game since being back, man. I'm
I don't see
telling
nobody
y'all,
stopping him.
I'm
I
telling
don't
y'all,
see
nobody,
nobody stopping him.
the
Not
man is
tonight.
looking good. He is
He got
looking
his
good.
legs back, son. He got
Yes.
his legs
He
back.
got his legs back. Hey, I'm telling y'all need to stop. He looking like the BI we saw last year in them playoffs, man. I'm telling y'all, look, y'all need to start getting excited about it. And CJ McCollum is healthy and ready to go for this basketball game. So I got a really good feeling about tonight, man. So y'all tune in for that, man. And like I said, we'll be back at it, for the Toronto game and do what we do as always. And
Remember, hit that like button, subscribe to the baddest sports show podcast in the D South.